Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Neyssa with XPansive Taste. Here we expand our realities to ultimate greatness and learn to receive the best out of life. And before we get into the topic, I would like to challenge you to hit that like, hit that thumbs up, okay? That lets me know that you at least clicked on this video with an open mind. And that is there for you to apply the basic knowledge that there is always something to learn from every situation. So yes, I'm here to remind you to not let hookup culture leave you with permanent mistakes. I suppose I will be slut shaming in this video, but one thing I'm always going to do is be honest about the negative consequences of being promiscuous. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit my points from least extreme to less extreme because I know a lot of people have short attention spans. So one of the things that can be a permanent mistake if you are involved in hookup culture is death. Like stranger danger, it was not just something for the kids, it's for you too. Again, I'm hitting the more extreme cases. Think about Ted Bundy. He got his victims because he was charismatic, because he had the nerve, because he actually was trying to, well, he approached a woman trying to hook up and they followed him and then he did what he did. In more recent circumstances, women are going home with strangers. They might be intoxicated, they might be sober, but in generally they are going home with a stranger or they are meeting random strangers online and they're letting these guys pick them up and take them to wherever to do whatever to hook up. And I'm not saying this to be super judgmental because that's what I did. I am not a hypocrite, okay? I'm letting you know that I did some of these things and it is truly by the grace of God that I am here today. Like with all my parts, I am fine, no scratches, no cuts. I made it. But there is no guarantee that that is going to be you. And even if he's not a serial killer, imagine you meet up with this guy, you don't know what his kinks are, you don't know what he likes to do in bed, and he ends up hurting you. What if he has a strangulation kink and he accidentally kills you? Now, the next one is STDs. This is one I can actually get mad at you about because we already knew this. We were told, at least I know, even when I was in middle school, we had like I guess we got the sex talk or whatever, and they scared us into abstinence or whatever by letting us know about STDs and whatnot, and like showing us these gross pictures of like genital warts. We knew about STDs. We know that they were real, okay? And even I know one of the things that like really got me to not be reckless is at least like I watched a YouTube video or a woman was talking about her experience and how like she caught HIV, and then once she mentioned that her HIV medication cost $3,000 a month. I heard that and I was like, oh, that's what hit me. $3,000 a month for medication. I mean, I'm sure insurance maybe covered most of it, but still, that's a lot of money. All because someone hit it raw. So even when I was promiscuous and had low self-worth, I knew that I did not want that to be my situation. So when he asked, "Can I hit it raw?" I said no. When he said, "I don't have a condom," I said, "I have some in my purse right now." And then when I didn't have a condom and he ran out, I said, "Let's go to the gas station right now because we're not playing this game." Don't let your whole tendencies destroy your health forever or your finances. And this is what I was doing in my early 20s. And that's the time where the guys I was messing with, they were practically virgins. They were not at that level where they had a bunch of partners yet. Imagine what happens 10 years later. Imagine how dirty the water gets over time. Next part is don't let hoe culture make you a baby mama. Hoe culture will get you to not use a condom and then you end up pregnant with a random man's baby. This is not a man who did anything to deserve your time, your commitment, your attention, your womb. He did not do anything to earn that womb of yours, your precious womb. You gave him the ultimate prize and he did nothing to earn it. And his work ethic doesn't change just because he has a new baby, because chances are he was already a bum and he had no intention of actually being a responsible person. And because you let an undeserving man hit it raw, you're a single mother. And I'm sorry that that is your situation. I'm sorry that he didn't step up and actually take responsibility for something he partook in. But if that is what happened, don't let it happen again. And if you are not that person yet, then don't let it happen to you, okay? Another thing whole culture will influence you to do is be in a relationship with a guy for all the wrong reasons. Thinking like a hoe will have you in a relationship with a guy that mistreats you and you stay because he's sexy and the D is fire. Like, what about the common values? What about his finances? What about his morality, his character? The problem is you gave him too much access to you too quickly. You got super close and you let that oxytocin fog your mind. The oxytocin fogged your judgment and it got you to believe that you're with such an amazing guy, even if he did nothing to prove that he's an amazing guy, or it's got you grabbing breadcrumbs and these little things here and there that makes you think that he's so special when it's really just like the bare minimum. It's the bare minimum. The oxytocin has made you delusional to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, he sent me a good morning text. He's thinking of me. He gave me a forehead kiss. We're so in love. We were on the phone for hours. He's the one. Like, no, that's not enough. It's not enough, ladies. It's not enough to give him access to your body. It's not enough to give him access to your womb, your commitment, your attention, your time. Another thing that could happen is that your reputation could suffer. And you already know what this would mean. This would mean gossip. This would mean maybe lost opportunities or people judging you. And we can't help that. But the one tip I can think of telling you is like, if you're going to take a nude, don't let your face be in it. Like, I think that's something I learned in high school. And that's the other thing. These guys that you're sending nudes to, they have no integrity. They have no morality. You didn't properly do an assessment of their character, and now your nudes are on Pornhub. The last thing I can think of is whole culture will have you having some really dumb ideas. Oh my goodness. Or it will have you ungrateful. Like, you could be with a really good guy, but because of whatever is going on in social media and the discussions that are happening, this actually happens on both ends. The men get heavily influenced to want to do, I don't know, freaky stuff, and they find the bedroom too boring, and now they want to get into an open relationship. But then also it happens to the ladies too, where they're like, well, I don't want to just settle and have one D for the rest of my life, and then they might sabotage a wonderful relationship because they were thinking too much that the grass is greener on the other side. So don't let these crazy ideas keep you from being in a good relationship. A real life example would be when Aisha Curry, Steph Curry's wife, a real life example would be like when she, got on the table. I don't know where she was, but she was complaining that her man was getting a lot of attention from groupies, and she didn't like that she wasn't getting the same kind of attention from other men. And I kind of get where she's coming from, but that really shouldn't have been an issue, because all that means is that she is a taken care of wife. She is well taken care of. She is protected. She is respected, and other men know that she is a married woman, so they shouldn't be approaching her in a certain way. That's an honorable position to be in, yet she was too influenced by what she saw was happening outside of her relationship that she kind of wanted some attention from other men. And that kind of validation is unnecessary and can be very harmful to your relationship. So I have other videos talking about this kind of topic and how you can possibly understand why promiscuity can be hurtful. And if you feel like I have been slut shaming women in this video, then that's okay, because I will continue to do this, okay? I will continue to slut shame 100 women so at least one decides to change her mind and figure out how to protect herself. Also, I made a graph that I call the thought graph, and I have a video about that. So if you are interested, then go ahead and watch that. I think it's pretty insightful. And if you are a promiscuous person, maybe you can see where you belong in that thought graph. But the goal is for you to not belong in the thought graph, okay? The goal is for you to have enough self-love and have enough self-worth to not subject yourself to terrible situations with men and to not leave with permanent mistakes from this kind of lifestyle. Understand that you are worthy, you are loved, and you deserve better. So that is all I have for you, beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching my video and making it to this point. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Goodbye, beautiful people. I send you my love. Mwah. Bisous.